Recording right now. And are you ready to admit everyone?
I believe so. Joe, hit your video, please. Or if you do not,
I'm looking for it.
on the bottom left there, it should say start video.
Don't have that.
Well, Terry blinked it, and there he is.
What a good looking guy, yeah.
Can't help it. I just can't help it, guys.
Where'd he go?
Come on, Joe. We're all betting on you.
Now he's muted.
Yeah, I know it.
How's that? Testing, 1, 2, 3.
You
Looks
got,
good, Joe.
I've got, okay, let's do this. Oh,
Joe, you've been in the same room for 15 months. You figured this out.
You know, every time I do this, there's something different.
That's why he wants to go back to City Hall.
That's right.
That's it.
All right.
I kind of like Martha's idea. I think we're gonna go with that.
I'm trying to figure out how I can get this camera undone.
All right, while you're doing that, we can still hear you, so that should be fine, okay?
Okay.
All right, Secretary Pires, roll call, please.
Commissioner Dakota,
Here.
Commissioner Donahue,
Uh,
was that a here?
yeah, hey,
Commissioner Howe,
Here,
Commissioner Krieger,
Here,
Commissioner McCarthy,
Here,
5 present, none absent.
Number 1 on the agenda, please.
First is the acceptance of the May 20th, 2021 minutes.
move approval.
I just have one slight change,
Oh,
Yes,
first time ever. John, on page 3, number 8 at the bottom,
yep,
where it says Commissioner Howe had reviewed some of the PPP information. I had reviewed the community block fund information. I hadn't reviewed the PPPs. So I think this is an important issue. So I just wanted to clarify that.
absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Motion
I'll
by
correct that.
Commissioner Krieger, seconded by Commissioner Howe. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
I,
All right, next on the agenda.
Application by BCFC Park LLC, Renato Valentim, manager, for a lodging house license for premises at 278 to 280 Central Street, a 27-room facility.
Is Mr. Valentin with us tonight?
Mr. Valentin got called away on an emergency. I apologize for his absence. My name is Roberto DeMarco. I'm here on his behalf and on behalf of the petitioner, his LLC.
Are you his lawyer, Mr. DeMarco?
I am, sir.
Okay. Tell us what's going on here.
Mr. Valentin entered into a purchase and sale to buy the property located at 278 280 Central Street, the historical rooming house with the restaurant on the first floor. This is a transfer of the license for that property. Actually, based on your rules, it's a brand new license. The license has recently expired. It has been continuously operated as a rooming house. Mr. Valentin has done immense due diligence in reviewing what is necessary here. He's an extremely experienced businessman. He actually operates a business within the town, within the city. He is one of the 3 owners of Tavern on the Square restaurants. He is also a manager, owner of over 100 residential units spread out among the state of Massachusetts, as well as back in his original home in Brazil, where he ran residential properties for many, many years. So he's extremely experienced in this area. He understands the unique characteristics of a rooming house, the need to maintain higher than normal, I guess, would say, for residential rentals, cleanliness, cleaning every 24 hours, the requirements that he keep the bathrooms operational for certain numbers of units, the fact that he keep it sprinkler safe, et cetera, et cetera. So he's asking that the city allow the license to be issued to him and his company, and wants a long and fruitful relationship with the city of Lowell.
Thank you, Counselor. Questions from the commission?
I did have quite a few questions, but Attorney DeMarco, it's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well, Commissioner.
I did have questions, but you've answered them all. I wasn't sure what his experience was in owning property. I knew he had started one of the restaurants, but thank you for your presentation.
Thank you.
I have a question.
Go right ahead, Joe.
Thank you. Mr. DeMarco, does he have any plans for fixing up the property? I know there's been work done on it, but I commented just to my wife just about a week or so ago before I saw any of this paperwork. The back of it looks kind of unkempt, shall I say.
We've been talking to him. This process started quite a few months ago. And we've been chatting with him about the requirements that he actually do renovations based on historical requirements. It's a historical building, and he understands the need. He's been talking to contractors. He himself is a licensed CSL contractor, and plans on doing repairs to the property that are in keeping with its historical nature. He's talking to professionals who are experienced with historical restoration. He plans on keeping the property like he does all of his properties. I've been his attorney for better than 15 years, and I have never had to represent him before any type of enforcement action. So I'm really I'm putting my own name on this as well. The man is very good at what he does, and you'll be happy to have him as a neighbor.
Thank you.
Any further questions? Nice job, Counselor. Good presentation. Did well.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Move
Um,
approval.
Move approval by Commissioner Donahue, seconded by Commissioner Krieger. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Hi.
Any opposed? Extend our best wishes to Mr. Valentin, Mr. DeMarco, and have yourself a good night.
You too. Thank you. Thank
Thank
you all,
you.
commissioners.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Number 3 on the agenda, John?
Application by Rosalie Lopez Bracity for a special one-day license to sell, dispense malt beverages and wines only, or either one, for a Sweet 16 event at the Function Hall at the Hellenic American Academy School on June 26, 2021, 7 to 11 p.m.
Is Miss Lopez Presetti here?
Yes, right here.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Tell us about your event.
It's my daughter's sweet 16 party. It's gonna be quinceañera style because it was backed up because of COVID and everything. And the only place that I'm available to get right now is the function hall there. And the guy told me that I had to get a liquor license if I wanted to have like special like alcohol there and that. So I decided to have alcohol, but just beer, that's all for the grown-ups.
Okay, who will be, will he be a bartender on, or how are you doing this?
Yes, I have a MC event coordinator,
Okay,
and she's the one that's hosting the event from 7 to 11, and she's in charge of the alcohol with the food and everything.
but you do understand this is your license, so if something happens,
Yes.
Your name.
Oh, I my husband's uncle's gonna be there. He's a retired now Lowell fire chief. And I also have Lowell Lowell Police Department officers that are my husband's uncles too, and cousins, that they will be there too. So there will not be no minors drinking there.
that's fine. Questions from the commissions?
No questions.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, how many people do you expect?
I am expecting 139, hun.
Thank you.
Well, somebody calls you Hun, Mac, you're gonna have to make a motion.
I make a move to approval.
Sorry.
Move approved by Commissioner McCarthy, seconded by Commissioner Howe. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Hi,
We wish you the best for your daughter's 16th birthday and have yourself a good time.
happy
Thank you
birthday.
much. I appreciate it.
All right, bye-bye now.
Bye.
Commissioner McCarthy, hun, that'll go
All
down.
right. She must know me, Johnny.
I tell you, getting worse. Hi, Carrie, how are you?
Carrie's good.
I'm good. I was on mute, but I'm good.
Carrie is muted and she's frozen. Next on the agenda, Joe.
Public hearing on the application by Ample Beer and Wine Store LLC, M. Quach, manager, for a wine and malt beverages package store for premises at 260 High Street. Retail floor space approximately half, 1,105 square feet of the first floor of the building. Could you hear me?
I
No,
did.
We didn't,
Yes,
Yes, I did.
I did not hear anything.
I'll repeat it for you.
Thank you.
Public hearing on the application by Ample Beer and Wine Store LLC, M. Quach, manager, for a wine and malt beverages package store license for premises at 260 High Street. Retail floor space approximately half, 1,105 square feet of the first floor of the building.
is John Cox here?
Is this gonna- Anybody from Ample?
Hold on a sec. The manager just joined. I spoke with John Cox earlier. He is supposed to be here.
We lost John Dakota.
okay. So you think John Cox is on his way, John?
He knows about the meeting and I spoke to him. I spoke to him today and he said he was going to be here.
Could we have, while we're waiting for the chairman to come back on, is it Mr. Quash who's making this application?
He is on that application, yes.
Perhaps he could introduce himself. Sir? Mr. Quash, am I pronouncing it correctly?
Hi. Oh, you're both there.
I think my attorney, he has a hard time to sign into the Zoom meeting. I just spoke to him a few seconds ago, so he tried to sign on right now.
We'll wait for your attorney, obviously.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
I think we should just put that.
Put
item-
it aside and move on, yeah.
Yes,
We'll come back to it.
I'm sorry, everybody. I don't know what happened. So I just got on my cell phone rather than my laptop.
Okay, John, we're skipping number 4 because we're waiting for the attorney to show up, and we'll go back to number 4 when he does. We're on number 5 now.
All right, thank you.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Go right ahead.
Okay. Application by the nonprofit Yashi's Haven, Yashira Hernandez, owner, for a special events permit for amplified outdoor public entertainment for the Shout Walkathon fundraiser to be held on Saturday, June 12th, 2021, from 3 to 6 p.m. at Sampas Pavilion on Pawtucket Boulevard.
Hi,
Is
good
the-
evening.
Is the applicant here?
Yes, I'm here.
How are you tonight?
I'm well. How are you?
Very good. Why don't you tell us about your event?
So I just recently filed for a nonprofit organization. I am looking to open up a domestic violence safe home in the area. I moved from the city of Lowell to North Shore. I am actually looking out way for locations now. I am legal and active in the state of Massachusetts. I am looking for fundings just to get the place started. Hence the fundraiser. The event will start at the Science Arena, and it'll just be a 1.9 2-mile walk from the Science Arena to the Campus Pavilion at the Boulevard. At that point, at the Campus Pavilion, there'll be obviously entertainment, food, games for the children, just you name it. And all proceeds will go towards the funds for Joshy's Haven.
Very good. Questions from the commission?
So has the walk been coordinated with the police?
Yes, I actually got the approved permit just about 2 hours ago from the Lowell Police Department. I went personally and spoke to the sergeant as well. So I just got the email, the approval permit about 2 hours ago.
Good.
Could I ask a question?
Go right ahead, Joe.
Thank you. Are you a registered 5013C organization?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Thank you.
Move approval.
Second,
Approved by Commissioner McCarthy, seconded by Commissioner Howell. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 There
Good luck
we
with
go.
your event.
Thank you so
Good luck.
much.
Good luck.
Be great.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too.
Thank you.
You too.
Good luck.
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, my attorney just called and said that he is waiting to be let in to the meeting. So for somehow he's still waiting,
He's not in the waiting room.
just not in the waiting room.
No.
You mind,
All
can I just phone him?
Why don't you get in touch with him and we'll do the next agenda item and get right back to you. How's that?
Okay, yes,
Okay, go ahead, John.
thank you.
Application by MBOA Alliance LLC, doing business as Sahel Restaurant and Lounge. Peter Tomajong, manager for an all alcoholic beverages restaurant license for premises at 135 Central Street. It is requested that legal notice be published in the local newspaper and public hearing to be held on June 24th, 2021 at 6 p.m.
Motion by Commissioner House, seconded by Commissioner McCarthy. Schedule a public hearing on June 24th. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Next on the. Mrs. Quach, are you there with your attorney yet? Move on, John.
Okay. Application by Dean Dairy Incorporated, doing business as Heritage Farms Ice Cream. Robert J. Howard Jr., owner for a special events permit for amplified outdoor public entertainment for a series of summer events to be held every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday evening between June 14th and September 30th from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. at Heritage Ice Cream, 163 Pawtucket Boulevard.
Mr. Howard, are you present?
Yes,
How are you
but
tonight?
the days are Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday evenings.
Okay.
Okay, we'll note that. How many years we've been doing this now, Bob?
Too many. I've been here for 43, and we've been doing classic car night for about 40.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
amazing. Questions or comments from the commissioners?
I hate to bring
Was
up,
it last year or the year before, there was some discussion about motorcycles across the street. We don't have that kind of a conflict this time, do we?
No.
Okay.
Joe, you had a question?
That answered my question. I just hope that everything goes well. And say no more.
Well, Bob does a great job up there.
Thank you.
All right, motion by Commissioner Donahue, seconded by Commissioner McCarthy. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Hi.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Bob, do a good job over there. Be well.
Thank you very much.
Once again, Miss Quach, are you there with your attorney yet?
My attorney still trying to sign in. He said that he waiting for the host. That's what he's saying. So we are trying to, help him to sign into the Zoom, give him
Okay,
the website. So.
all right, we still have a couple agenda items, so we'll get back. to it.
Okay.
All
Okay,
right.
thank you so much. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Next, John.
Okay, next is application by the Brush Art Gallery and Studios, Jim Diment, Executive Director, for a special one-day license to dispense wine only for a series of 5 two-hour artist receptions to be held at 256 Market Street. The proposed dates and times are June 19th, 2 to 4 p.m., August 14th, 2 to 4 p.m., September 30th, 5 to 7 p.m., October 24th, 1 to 3 p.m., and December 4th, 2 to 4 p.m.
Jim, are you here?
Yes, I am.
How are you, Jim?
Good, doing good, thanks.
Very good, very good. Been a while since we've seen you live,
Yeah, I know this pandemic ruined everything.
pretty much. Do we have any, commissioners have any questions for Mr. Diamond?
No questions.
Move approval.
Move approval by Commissioner Howe, seconded by Commissioner Donahue. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries. Jim, be well. You always do a good job.
Thank
Thanks,
you very
Jim.
much. Have a good night.
You
Good
too.
luck, Jim.
Number 9.
Communications from Brian Gibbons regarding allegations of misconduct by CNS Auto Cascada and Son. At this point, Attorney Janess would like to say a few words.
Gary, you there?
Yes.
How are you?
Give her to hear me. Am I off mute now?
Yes, you're
Yes.
fine.
Okay, excellent. So I took a look at this complaint and, it struck me as something that would be more appropriate in a court rather than before the License Commission. And in fact, a small claims action was filed about this case and a stipulation of dismissal was filed. So the parties have said to the court that the matter is settled. On that basis, I would recommend that the commission place this on file and take no further action.
Commissioners, any questions for Attorney Janess?
This is like the one with attorney we just had a couple of months ago.
Colleen Gary.
Yeah.
Colleen Gary's situation is similar. I recommend, I move that we place it on file.
Seconded.
Motion by Commissioner Donahue, seconded by Commissioner McCarthy. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed? Attorney Janess, thank you. Appreciate the input.
Of course, you're welcome.
Anybody in the waiting room there, John, or should we
John
go on?
Cox is on.
John Cox is on. There's nobody in the waiting room.
Do I have the right to speak about that case? I'm the person who filed the complaint.
Oh,
Were you scheduled to speak, sir?
I'm not sure. I was asked to attend the meeting, but it wasn't clear if I was expected to speak or, but I did want it to at least be known that the case was closed in court because of a technicality of time. It didn't have anything to do with the facts on the case. And I can get more into details if anybody wants to hear it. If not, and it's already settled, then it's fine, but.
The motion has been to place it on file. Attorney Janess, do you have any comments to this gentleman's concerns?
Well, all I can say is that a stipulation of dismissal with prejudice was signed by both parties. So it's not a case where the court kicked it out on a technicality. There's a document that was signed by both parties saying this is dismissed with prejudice. So.
Thank you.
on that basis, as I said, I don't think it would be appropriate for the License Commission to take further action.
I see your first name is Brian. Brian, I think Attorney Janice has pretty much laid that out, that the court, that this is a settled case. So we are going to place it on file, and you have yourself a good night.
John Cliff Cricket wants to speak, John.
Cliff, go right ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to hear, not a long passage, but for Brian to give us a quick synopsis of what he thought the problem was, and then that will go into our record and we'll file that too.
I
Unless
would,
there's an objection.
obviously I'll let Kerry speak.
I agree with Cliff.
I think-
I'd like to hear what the disposition was, and it'll go on the record. We won't make any decisions.
I don't have a problem with that. The motion, there was a second, and we all agreed on it, so it will be placed on file. We'll give the courtesy of letting Brian, what's your last name, sir?
My last name is Gibbons, Gibbons.
All right, Brian. So if you want to be concise with this, the commission doesn't have a problem with it.
Thank you, and I do appreciate it very much. The reason why it was dismissed in court is because I tried to file a case against this person using the Lemon Law, and I didn't have in writing a request within 7 days, so nothing else was listened to after I made that point. But basically what this person is doing is they're using their license to buy junk cars. I have the paperwork from the car. He has a used auto lot. And what he's doing is he's using his license as a junkyard, and he's buying used cars literally from a company that's called the Clunker Junker out of Florida that sell either say cars that were damaged in the flood in New Orleans, cars that don't have engines, that don't run, that aren't safe to be on the road. And what he's doing is he's taking these cars that are literally labeled parts cars, some even have salvage titles, and he's selling them to the public as used cars. And then what he's doing is he's taking any car that he buys, and he's either doing something to manipulate the odometers, or if the car is drivable, he's driving it to the point where it gets over 125,000 miles. And then you have no protection under the Massachusetts Lemon Law. And then he's using that as this veil to say, the car has over this amount of miles, you have no warranty. And the way that the law is written, there's really nothing protecting you. I went through the Attorney General's office. They said, hey, you have to give him the opportunity to fix the car, which I did. He strung me along, put some carburetor cleaner into it, do this, do that, the other thing. As soon as 7 days passed, all of a sudden didn't want to have anything to do with me, didn't want to help me, and then under the law uses the, well, you're outside of 7 days, so you have nothing you can do. And again, what he's doing, he's buying these cars from a company literally called the Clunker Junker, and he's selling them to the public. And then you have no recourse once the car, I took it field inspection, 5 days after I bought it. I followed the law as much as I thought I could, but apparently he's done this to other people. And it's just really sad that he's getting away with it. Appreciate
your time, Brian. Attorney Janice, is there any way that we could follow up with this with the proper department at City Hall? This is a serious allegation, obviously, but I know we've placed this on file, but maybe a visit over to the car dealership, maybe they can investigate maybe a little bit more. I don't know how the other commissioners feel about that.
I agree there should be some type of investigation on this. And if we just place it on file, he's going to continue to do it. I agree that we shouldn't get involved in specific litigation, but we granted the license and he serves at our whim, or he has to follow the law. So whoever is responsible for investigating this at City Hall, I would like to either get a letter out to this guy or just have him know that we're watching him.
Kerry, what's your thoughts?
We've already placed, sorry.
Go ahead, Kerry.
We've already placed this on file, so I'm certainly happy to have development services take a ride out there and have a conversation. But I also just want to say these are allegations. We haven't had a hearing. We don't know what anyone did or didn't do. So I don't want to be on the record saying these actions happened when we don't know.
When
But
both
I'm certainly
parties-
happy to ask Development Services to take a ride out there and take a look at the cars and have a conversation.
I think they should. Absolutely.
All right,
I can bring any
Brian,
paperwork.
appreciate you.
I don't mean to interrupt, but I can bring any paperwork that shows that, you know, this company, the Clunker Junker, is selling him cars. I have papers. It's not just me, you know, making that claim.
okay.
Well, thank you for bringing it to our attention.
And thank you very much for hearing me. I appreciate it. Thank
You're welcome, Brian. Have a good night.
Right.
you. Too. Thank you.
I think we'll go back to Mrs. Quach or Mr. Quach. John, do we have anybody in the waiting room?
John Cox is on.
Chairman Dakota, good
He is.
evening, members of the board.
John, you got a new computer or what?
I've got an old computer and I still don't know how to do it. So I had some bad numbers apparently. We've got some technical difficulties here. Anyone who knows me would not be surprised. But I apologize. I've been trying to get on here for a while and I was panicked a little bit, but here we are. So good evening. Again, Chairman Dakota, members of the board. For the record, my name is Attorney John Cox, 375 Gorham Street, Lowell, Massachusetts. And I represent the Ample Beer and Wine Store, seeking a package store beer and malt, beer and wine license for 260 High Street, Lowell, Massachusetts. Something of a little information on the petitioners, Q Quach and M Quach, the husband and wife. They moved from Stoneham to Lowell about 2 years ago. And they bought the property at the corner of High and Andover Street, 260 High, right at the corner. It used to be the carpet store, which we all remember. They live there. They have two sons, 18 and 15, both enrolled at Lowell High School. They love Lowell. They've really made Lowell their home. And as a matter of fact, Q, who is the wife, is a pharmacist. And back in January, opened the pharmacy. That's the brand new pharmacy that they're on the corner called Win Pharmacy. Opened January the 1st. If you've been by, stop by. It's very, very clean, very nice store. There has been no issues with the city at all since they opened in January. They're very hard workers. They've been U.S. citizens for the past 20 years approximately, and they hope to be able to open a package store, beer and wine store, adjacent to the pharmacy. It's about 1,100 square feet. It's again, beautiful space. There are 4 parking spots right in front of the store, plus parking on Andover Street and parking on High Street, on-street parking. Like I say, I have made the Lowell their home. And if you go by that pharmacy and see how clean it is and how well it's run, these are good people. I think the other great thing, and thinking back to my years when I was on the License Commission, sitting where you, ladies and gentlemen, are sitting today, and I was trying to think back. I don't remember in my years there that someone who has a package store lives there. They will be living literally above. They do live above the package store. So they will obviously get all their certification that'll be needed. Again, they'll keep a close eye on the place because it's their direct neighbor below them. And I'm sure that given the chance, they will do a fabulous job. M will be the manager of record. He currently works at a machine shop in Billerica. Very, very hard worker. He will go part-time at the machine shop and work full-time at the package store. They probably will hire one person as things start moving along. But again, they're good people, and they will make a great contribution to the city as they already have with the pharmacy. And this would be a nice combination for them and their family. So both I call Q and M. That's how I differentiate between the two of them. They're both here tonight, and We hope that you will look favorably on this application and give these people a chance to continue to thrive here in the city. Thank you.
Thank you, Attorney Cox. Questions or comments from the commissioners?
The public hearing, Mr. Chairman.
Oh, of course it
You
is.
wanted,
Of course it is. All right, this time we'll open up the public hearing. Anybody like to speak in favor? In favor? In favor? Hearing no one, that portion of the public hearing is closed. Anybody like to speak in opposition? In opposition? In opposition? Hearing no one, that portion of the public hearing is closed. Questions, comments to Attorney Cox and her client, and his client, sorry.
Mr. Chairman,
It is
I would
the-
buy this store.
it is
It's a nice piece of property. They've really fixed it up. It's nice. They got parking right in front. I think it's a great deal. I make a motion, we approve it.
second,
I have a question.
Yes.
Hi,
Commissioner Howell.
What, has your client familiarized themselves? What's their plan to, on sale of alcohol to make sure they don't sell alcohol to minors?
Thank you, Commissioner Howe. We've had this discussion. They will be, anybody who works there will be certified. It used to be called tips. I don't know what it's called now, but they will be certified. We've had that discussion. I've told them how important it is to be careful with that. And they know that. They know they've got a lot at risk here. Clearly with the pharmacy next door, I think they have some experience in that already, as far as what kind of drugs can go out to certain people and what have you. So we've had serious discussions about that. And I'm sure that you will never see them before you for any violation of that sort.
Great. And the entrance to the pharmacy, is that on Andover Street?
I believe the address, yeah, I believe that they're both on, well, the pharmacy's address is Andover Street or is High Street, Q?
Both on Andover Street.
Andover, okay.
No, Andover Street.
They're
Right.
both, so
Yes.
both entrances will be on Andover Street?
Correct, yes, right. Yeah, it's funny, it's got, the address is High Street, but the entrances are both on Andover Street, that's correct.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any further comments from the commissions? There is a motion on the floor by Commissioner McCarthy. It was seconded by Commissioner Donahue. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Attorney Cox.
Thank you very much,
review,
members of the commission. And
good
before I
job
go,
tonight.
I want
Good
to,
job tonight.
I want you to know what a good person you have in John Pyers. I know he's starting new, but you know, you know, Ryan was there a long time, but I'll tell you, John was very, very helpful and very accessible, and I want to thank him very much. And I want you guys to know what a great job he does. So thank you very, very much.
Thank you, John.
Thank you.
Thank
What
you.
he's gonna do, he's gonna buy you a new computer, John.
I gotta get the right numbers. That's what it is. Thank you very much. I apologize again.
Have a good night.
Thanks.
Thank you too.
Aye.
And last agenda item, Mr. Pyers.
Okay. Continued discussion and or vote regarding the 2021 license fees for bars and restaurants.
Okay, we now have all members here, so I think the discussion can go on tonight. Concerning the either waiving or having the licensees pay for 9 months of their license. I want to make sure everybody's had the chance to look at the information that Secretary Pyers has sent to us last week. John, nice job on that, appreciate it. And in scouring through it myself, it looks like a lot of restaurants and bars did well and some didn't do so well. I'm not sure if some of them didn't completely fill out the application or whatever source, but they were all over the place with numbers from 5,000 up to 75,000 up on the grants. And then for the PPE, the loans were some extremely high numbers and some low numbers. So I kind of weighed that as well, but I'd like to have all the commissioners say a word and how they feel about this. So I'm going to go right down the line. Commissioner Krieger.
I'm thinking that they lost out for 9 months, so I would waive fees for at least the first 6 months of this year.
Commissioner McCarthy.
I agree with Commissioner Krieger. I think they did have a loss, even though they did get some money, but it's not enough to take care of things. I agree we should have them pay for 6 months for a license fee.
Commissioner Howe.
I think that they,
Martha, you there?
yes, I'm there. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead. Yes, I can.
So I know that we had discussed this with the city, not the city manager. We didn't specifically discuss it with her, but from the information that we received back was that there was no money and that the city, there was no room in the budget to waive these fees. We did waive the first 3 months. So I'm in favor of continuing that waiver of the 3 months and having them pay for the 9 months.
Thank you, Commissioner Donahue.
Thank you. I appreciate getting the information, the monies, and I had an opportunity to speak to one restaurant owner, and the monies, as I said at the last meeting, before talking to anyone, was that the money came into the restaurants and was going out to pay for salaries for the people to keep them on and to pay for the electricity, other expenses of the bars, the restaurants. I'm inclined to go along with the 6 months. They had a tough time, most of the restaurants and the bars, a hard time, even with the monies that were given to them. So I'll go along with the 6 month waiver of fees for bars and restaurants. We're not giving anything to the package stores.
Well, let's all agree on that. Let me just chime in a little bit and then we'll discuss if we're doing this for everyone, because I did notice some of the package stores, the money they were getting was quite diminished compared to everybody else. It really kind of averaged out to $10,000, $15,000 with the package store. So they didn't get a lot of money either. So that's something we can discuss.
Okay.
I want to jump on the wagon with Commissioner Howe here. When we did the 3 months, we were also, I believe the term that we used, Martha, was fiduciary responsibility that we had with the city. And I agree fully with you on that. However, understanding that the federal government has now given the city a boatload of cash, I'm pretty much inclined to go with the 6 months. I don't think we're talking large amount of money that the city is going to lose, especially knowing that millions and millions of dollars are coming into the city's coffers. I would be inclined to go with the 6 months as well. Getting back to Commissioner Donahue's point, I'd like everybody to chime in as well on how they feel as it pertains to the package stores.
Okay.
Commissioner Krieger.
My view is that restaurants, yes. Package stores, I think they've been able to operate in a closer to normal capacity. And have been out meeting the people's needs and therefore earning money.
All right, Commissioner McCarthy.
I also agree. I think the package stores were able to stay open and operate, and with the bars and restaurants had to close. So I agree with Commissioner Krieger.
Thank you, Commissioner.
I agree about the package stores with Commissioner Krieger. And I just want to respond that Joe Donahue had said that the restaurants have had a tough time. No one is disputing that they've had a tough time. I guess the issue is the city budget. And the fact John Dakota brings up a good point, because I know that there was the community block grant money and the 2 rounds of PPP money. That's what we've seen on these documents that have been sent to us. But it's my understanding the city is getting another $53 million from the federal government, and we don't know where that money's being used. So I tend to agree that if the city is getting money from another source, then I will agree to the 6 months.
Thank you, Commissioner Howe. Commissioner Donahue on package stores.
On package stores, I'm thinking that they were very fortunate. I know they had to close down for a short period of time, but the governor made them one of the first necessary businesses to open up, is my recollection, or even keep them open because they were considered a necessary business. And I think, although people didn't go out as much, people made their way to the package stores and I think they did fairly well during the pandemic. So I'm not inclined to waive the fees on package stores. Thank you.
We all seem to agree unanimously on those points. Secretary Page will ask for a roll call. Will ask for a motion that 6 months since fees be waived, excluding package stores. Do I have a motion? Commissioner
I'll move it.
Krieger, do I have a second? Commissioner McCarthy.
Second.
All Secretary Pires.
You're on mute.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
We had some sirens going.
No problem.
Commissioner Dakota,
Yes.
Commissioner Donahue,
Yes.
Commissioner Howe,
Yes.
Commissioner Krieger,
Yes.
Commissioner McCarthy,
Yes,
5 in favor,
Okay,
0 opposed.
John, so we're gonna have to get, John, we'll have to get word out to all the licensees on what is owed to the city for the 6 months. Probably looking, so the license at 2,700, I believe, so we're looking at a $1,300 check right around those full liquor licenses, and then all the other licenses you'll prorate for 6 months.
Okay. Very good.
Anything other than that?
John, I wanted to say thank you for the information that you sent us.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Yeah, that was informative.
Well done.
Yeah.
Very well done.
Mr. And just one more thing. I think you were, Mr. Chairman, brought up meetings back at City Hall. Are we looking into seeing if we can do them hybrid so that those that are not yet ready to come out can
So
also participate?
Apologies. If I could speak to that, the current order that allows boards to meet remotely expires on June 15th.
Mhm.
So there may not be a choice. There's pending legislation from the governor to try to extend that for a few months, but if that doesn't get passed, then the board would be required to meet in person.
We've got to go back. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so Carrie, if we do not get any correspondence from the law department, is assumed that we will be present at City Hall for our next meeting.
Yes.
Okay, good.
All right. I guess that's all. With that being said, there's a motion on the floor by Commissioner Krieger, seconded by Commissioner Howe to adjourn. Any all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ladies and gentlemen, have a great evening.
Have a nice night, everybody.
Good night, thank you.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Good night, everyone.
Night.
See you in City Hall soon.
John, since you're the last one up right now,
Yeah.
just Cliff, I thought that you're putting it all in a binder was excellent. Good use of technology. And if I was 30 years younger, it'd be perfect. But I had trouble reading the print. So that's why I like it in Word, so I can blow it up to what works for me.
Really? Okay. I certainly don't mind doing that.
But I made it through. I had no problems.
In Word. But, well, most of the documents are scans.
Oh, yeah, yeah, I'm talking the agenda and the minutes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, that's very easy because I always have it in Word first.
Good night, everyone.
Good
Good night.
Take care, Joe. Okay, that's my thought. I won't bother you with an email about it. It's not a strong thought. It's just my personal opinion, but whatever works for the group.
No, I'm happy to get you whatever you need.
Okay, thanks.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
You take care.